The 76ers have fined Ben Simmons $360,000. Yes, you heard that right. $360,000 for missing their most recent game against the Pistons. As I discussed in a recent video about the situation, Simmons is currently signed to a 5-year, $177 million contract, and he still has 4 years, $147 million left, so it's not a guarantee that he's going to receive any of that money. At this point, everybody can tell he's extremely overpaid, so maybe he's doing a little charity work giving this money back to the 76ers. He's paid over $2 million in fines this year, more than most people will make in their entire life, and it seems as though he's going to continue to be fined if he doesn't cooperate with the team. In my recent video about this, I think I was a little too light on Simmons as I didn't have all of the information. But now that I have more information, which I'll be sharing with you, I'm changing my opinion on this situation. I do believe Ben Simmons is going through mental health issues, but I don't believe he's actively trying to do anything to solve them. And he's just using mental health issues as an excuse to try to continue getting paid while he skips out on practices and games without violating his contract, his lucrative contract, his 5-year, $177 million contract. So, why do I think this? Well, let's go through a little timeline of this drama. June 20, 2021, the 76ers lose to the Hawks in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. A lot of 76ers fans were upset with Simmons' performance, and he couldn't make any shots or free throws. September 1st, Simmons told the team he wanted to be traded and that he wouldn't be attending training camp. In the end of September and the beginning of October, he missed media day, he missed training camp, and he missed the first couple of preseason games, so he received a lot of money in fines. In the middle of October, he finally decided to rejoin the team, so he wouldn't be losing so much money. Money. It's clear that it's all about the money. October 19th, he got kicked out of practice by Doc Rivers for not participating and not cooperating. And, not practicing. October 22nd, 3 days later, Simmons says he's not mentally ready to play, that he's going through mental health issues, so that's why he can't play, so the 76ers stopped fining him. He did this because there's something in the NBA's collective bargaining agreement that says teams can't withhold salaries from players if they're unable to perform due to mental disabilities or mental health issues. And now we fast forward to a couple of days ago, November 5th, the 76ers continue fining Ben Simmons. They fined him $360,000 for missing the previous game against the Pistons. Wow, what a roller coaster ride. I can see why he's going through mental health issues now. I'd be sad if I was losing so much money. I'd be sad if I lost $360,000 by not playing a 3-hour NBA game. Simmons also hasn't been updating the 76ers on his progress of treating his mental health issues, which he's allegedly supposed to be doing as part of this same collective bargaining agreement. Due to all of this and more, it now seems obvious to me and a bunch of other people that mental health issues aren't what's stopping Simmons from playing. He probably does have mental health issues, he probably has had them for a while, but that's not what's stopping him from playing. When you look through this timeline, it's hard to believe that mental health issues are the reason he's sitting out, because he was sitting out far before he ever brought this up, and he even faked a couple of injuries, basically as an excuse for not wanting to play. He didn't want to lose the money, and that's fine, but if you don't want to lose the money, you gotta show up and, pretend to tear your ankle, or pretend to tear your ACL. I don't know. I think that what he's doing is actually offensive to people who are actually going through mental health issues, is he's kind of making a mockery of it. He really is. I hate to say it. Simmons' absence doesn't seem to be felt by the 76ers, as they currently have the best record in the Eastern Conference and the second best record in all of the NBA behind the Warriors. Clearly, they don't need Simmons to be very good. All they needed was Embiid this whole time. Embiid. Shout out Embiid. This whole situation kind of destroys his trade value, any trade value he had left, and destroys any leverage he thought he had over the team, because without him, they're still the best team in the league. Team president Daryl Morey tried to talk to Simmons about coming back to play, but he said he's still not mentally ready to play. Playing basketball is probably pretty hard. Takes a mental toll on you. Really. There's no timetable for Simmons' return to play, so I think it's safe to assume that he is not going to play again in a Sixers uniform. There's really no turning back for him now. Simmons has said that he will never play for the 76ers again, and I believe him. I don't even think if you're a 76ers fan, you'd want him to come back and ruin the good thing you've got going. It seems like this relationship is over. They could go get counseling. They can get marriage counseling. It's not going to do anything. This is pretty sad for Simmons, as he was the former #1 pick, and he had a lot of promise. He had a bright future ahead ahead of him, but it seems like he's getting in his own way. You got to get out of your own way, buddy. Get out of your own way. There are trade rumors of Ben Simmons going to the Celtics and that the 76ers want Jaylen Brown in return. And as a Celtics fan, I don't see any reason why they would want to do that, and that would not be a fair trade at all. The 76ers would be stacked. At this point, I don't even know who would want Ben Simmons playing for their team. What do you think about this story? Do you think Ben Simmons is making a mockery of mental health issues to try to continue getting paid like I do? Do you think Ben Simmons will ever play for the 76ers again? Do you think they'll trade him? Do you think anybody would even want to trade for him? Who would even want him? Will Ben Simmons ever play in the NBA again? Most importantly though, how much of the $147 million on his contract will he get to keep? I think that's what we all care about, really.